Hey, Jenny Bradley from Triangle Smart Divorce in Cary, North Carolina, and I'm seeing a lot of noise in the media and in social media about prenups not holding up anymore. I want to say, frankly, that's just not true in North Carolina, so long as your prenup complies with the law. So there are some states in the Northeast and elsewhere in the United States that have what we call a look-back provision. So at the time of divorce, is the prenup still reasonable? That's not the law in North Carolina. So if you're reading anything about people talking about look-back provisions or somebody said my prenup's not reasonable anymore, it doesn't matter in North Carolina. What matters is the prenup was done properly. The procedure was proper and the disclosures were done properly. Disclosures just means being forthcoming about what you have for assets, what you have for debt, what your incomes are, so that everyone knew what they were giving up rights to or what they were altering their rights to. So, of course, just like any contract, if somebody holds a gun to your head, the prenup's not going to stick because that's coercion, that's duress. If you were intoxicated at the time you signed it, you may not have known what you were signing. That could be a reason to set a prenup aside. If you lacked mental capacity at the time you signed it, maybe you shortly went off, and we've had this happen before, after signing the prenup, you were involuntarily committed. Well, guess what? That prenup was not valid because the person lacked the capacity to know what they were reading and agreeing to at the time because they were having a mental breakdown. And that's a sad story, but that's true. So lack of capacity, lack of disclosure, or lack of voluntariness. Those are the things that we're looking at in North Carolina to decide whether or not your prenup is valid and it's going to hold up. Anything else you're seeing online, be sure that it's about North Carolina. But more importantly, don't take your advice about something as important as a prenup from online. Go see a lawyer who's done them, who's done hundreds of them, who's been practicing law for a while, who understands what a prenup is and isn't and how to make sure to make it stick. Now, what we're also seeing is people who are doing their own prenups. So I'm going to go back to what I said. This is an important legal document, and you really need to get it right in order for it to hold up. But you also need it to be clear. A lot of these online documents that are now coming to us, whether they're coming from ChatGPT or Claude or some other GPT out there in the world, or still the good old-fashioned rocket lawyer, they just aren't good. They have contradictory clauses. They're missing elements. They're vague. And so, yeah, you might have written it up. Everyone might have the capacity. Everyone might have signed it voluntary. And everyone might have disclosed all their assets. But the prenup's basically unenforceable because nobody knows what it means. And we're seeing that a lot too. So don't do that. Don't take something as important as your financial roadmap to your future in the event your marriage ends in death or divorce and rely upon some machine-based learning trying to tell you what your prenup needs to see. Go see a lawyer who practices in this area and understands contract law and understands what you want.